Welcome to Search for Signs. My name is Gary Willing. If this information interests you, please press the like and subscribe button and press the bell for notifications. I hope you're doing well today. It's March the 28th, 2020. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you are taking care of yourself and you're staying well, and I hope you're also looking after each other. Now, basically what I did is I invited, in the last few videos, I've actually made a formal invitation now for whoever wants to ask me a question about pertaining to Maitreya and the Masters of Wisdom, or what we talk about on this show. You can do it one of two ways. You can either post your question as a comment on your video, and I'll do my best to answer it, or you can email me directly at searchforsigns@mail.com. Search the number 4 signs@mail.com. And I put my email in the description of these videos from now on, so you can actually have it as a reference if you need to. I will do my best to answer it. If I don't know the answer, I will say I don't know. And it does happen. I don't know everything, but we'll try. The only problem is that Search for Signs does not have a customer service department. So if I don't answer the question the right way, there's no manager to speak to to answer your question. So I'll either have to try to answer it again, or we'll just have to take it at face value that that's the answer that I give you. So there was a couple questions that some people put up that I want to answer in this video, and I apologize for the delay. I usually try to do it within a 24-hour period, so it's not to ignore the question. But to be honest, the weather has been so nice in Atlanta, I've had to take advantage of it and go out and do stuff, because this is the first time that I think in maybe 5 months that we've had 4 straight days of sunny weather. It's either been sun and then 8 or 9 days of rain and then another day of sun and then 8 or 9 days of rain. It's been like that all fall and all winter and most of the early part of the, of March and stuff. So it's been nice to be able to go out and walk and do things in the yard and stuff. So I do apologize for the delay. It wasn't anything personal, I promise. But first guy to ask a question is Professor De Tabla. The first question he asked me is, Gary, is there any video of Maitreya that I can see? I wrote back to him saying that if you're talking about Maitreya as he is on TV, I am sure, but I don't know by what name he is using. And I didn't say it like this, but what I meant to say is, even if I did know the name that he was using, I'm not able to tell, or not able to say the name that he's using. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. And I suggested maybe going to the Share International's YouTube page and listening to Benjamin Creme's videos. And then he wrote back saying that he's already done that. He's already watched all the videos in English on the Share International page. And he said something about Benjamin Creme saying that Maitreya has already appeared on several TV programs, but there is not any trace of it as per his name. And if he is using another name, it would be hard to find because there are so many videos on YouTube. And that is true. And then he went on to say that I feel that Maitreya did not go on TV, or if he did, it wasn't live. It's going to be put on the air, eventually. What is my opinion? So, to answer that last little bit, my opinion does not matter. No, I'm just kidding. And I kind of like it like that, so you can kind of take what I say for your own consideration. I'm not saying that anything that I'm saying is coming from is the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I'm being transparent and honest, but I'm not going to say that what I'm talking about is the truth. It's for all of us to experience the truth for ourselves or not, is what I mean. So does my opinion really matter? Yeah, probably not. But to answer the one part of that question is, where is it? I feel that Maitreya did not go on TV, or if he did, it was not live. Well, according to Benjamin Creme's own master, millions of people have already seen Maitreya on TV. So that part is probably not true. And so he has, yes, been on TV. Now, I've said this a few times, and I'm only saying this for your consideration only. Okay, so In terms of not being able to see any evidence of Maitreya on TV, the first thing I want to say is Maitreya himself has said, do not chase after him. Do not try to put him in your pocket. Because once you do that, you've already lost who Maitreya is. Maitreya is a master. He is a person, but yet it's not important. Maitreya is not important. What is important is that you and me and everybody in the world want peace, and see ourselves as one, see ourselves as one family, and to create the structures of unity so that all may have the basic necessities of life, like food, clothing, and shelter. And that will bring about justice, which will bring about peace, which will bring about a future far greater than we could possibly ever imagine for ourselves. So it's not really that important to see Maitreya on TV as of yet. Okay, now I'm saying this for your consideration only, that there's 3 possibilities with Maitreya being on TV and nobody seeing him. Okay, so the first possibility, and the reason why I'm saying this as a possibility is because I'm trying to keep I'm trying to keep help people to have an open mind about this. Okay, so the first possibility is that Benjamin Creme made the whole thing up. That there is no Maitreya. He made the whole thing up, and it was all in his mind. And people like myself who have had Maitreya experiences are totally deluded. Okay, so that's an option. So I'm keeping an open mind about it, right? I don't believe that, but I'm just saying let's just have that on the table to consider, right? Option 2, which I don't think is very likely, but let's just say that this is an option, is that Maitreya is on TV, not using the name Maitreya, and yet is still very much an unknown. And then the third option, which I think is probably the most likely, okay, is Maitreya is on TV, not using the name Maitreya, is speaking in a very, very simple way in order to not be recognized, but yet his face is already recognizable on TV. He's already a recognizable personality on TV, or however you want to, well known, for instance. So that when he does ramp up his message and the tenor of his message increases and people start to recognize him as Maitreya, they will already have recognized his face on TV and knew that they had seen him before on TV. And then there might be some people like, I've seen him on TV before. I can't remember exactly what program. I don't know what he was talking about, but I've seen his face before somewhere. I think that's probably the most likely scenario. Now, I've had enough experiences with Maitreya that I know that he's real, okay? And I've had enough interactions with him personally and benefited from his wisdom and his love that I know that he's not a nefarious character like a lot of Christians would think that he is. So that would led me to believe that if what Benjamin Creme's master said, that Maitreya is been speaking to millions of people, already affecting millions of people, and people have been taking what he's been saying and internalizing it for themselves, like, yeah, there could be some truth to what he's saying, then he might, and probably is, already a semi to a well-known personality on TV. It's just people aren't recognizing him. And so you might have already seen him on TV and just not even picked up on the fact that that's Maitreya. So that, I think, is the most likely scenario. But like I said, I put all 3 of those options out for all of us to consider, and you can take it however you want to take it. So I know a lot of people think he's just a figment of Benjamin Creme's imagination, and that's their right. And eventually they'll see him on TV and, oh, okay, well, I guess I was wrong about that or whatever, right? But there might be people like myself who don't scour the internet trying to find Maitreya, and I listen to the news programs that I listen to, and I might not have seen him on TV as of yet, but it's not important to me. I already want for the world what Maitreya wants for the world. I already want peace. So when I hear or I think about Maitreya, or I read Maitreya's messages, or I read Benjamin Creme's master's articles, or I read something from Benjamin Creme or see a video with Benjamin Creme, when they're talking about the need for sharing and peace and stuff, that's already within me to want, you know what I mean? But most people in the world haven't heard this message from Benjamin Creme. So when they hear it directly from Maitreya, and the reason why Maitreya is speaking in incognito, and the reason why it's very important for none of us to point out that guy over there, that guy right there using such and such a name, that's Maitreya. The reason why it's important for all of us not to do that is because it's the most crucial thing for people, and the gift for people in all this is to awaken to the fact that what Maitreya is saying is true, that we are one family, that we do need to share the world's resources. That's the most important thing. It's not Maitreya, the personality on TV, if that makes any sense. So I hope this answers your question. So I would suggest don't go around looking for videos on Maitreya. Just get on with what is the most important thing, which is we need to convince our leaders that sharing is the only way to create peace. So if you look at, and I'll leave it with this. So if you look at it historically, right, Jesus 2,000 years ago was talking about the law of cause and effect, the law of karma. And if you ask, and there was a lot in the Bible about this, right? But if you ask a fundamentalist Christian today, who's very educated in the Bible, and you ask them, do they believe in karma? They would tell you no. I guarantee you they would tell you no. And if you said, is it not in the Bible? No, there's nothing in the Bible. Jesus never talked about the law of karma. What are you talking about? Well, of course he did. You know, the Old Testament was all about the Ten Commandments, right? Thou shalt not this, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not lie, right? Which is important stuff. I'm not going to say no. But Jesus took it to where what the truth should have been is we need to live moment to moment harmlessly. So he said, you know, and how did Jesus put it? Those who live by the sword shall die by the sword. So if you're a violent person, guess what? It's going to come back on you as violence. If you kill somebody, well, guess what? You know, in violence or in anger, it's going to come back on you. He also said it so simply, what you sow, so shall you reap. It was 7 words, very simple. He was talking to people who weren't very educated and world-wise, but yet he was speaking about a universal truth and a universal law that affects all of cosmos, and he said it in 7 words. Do you see what I'm saying? So simple. So simple today that even theologians today that miss it. And they don't even believe that Jesus would even talk about the law of cause and effect. It's right there in their face. But Jesus was trying to teach us how to live together as one family. Maitreya is the same thing, but he's talking to the whole world. So when we chase after Maitreya, we have already lost him. When we put Jesus on a pedestal and call him the only Son of God and stuff like that, we've already lost who Jesus really was. And Jesus belongs to the whole world. Maitreya belongs to the whole world. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or believe what the Christians believe, or if you look to Maitreya as the Imam, or you look to him as the Kalki avatar. Those names don't even apply to, they apply to him, and he would say that those are names that he's thought about, people think about him as, or the names that he goes by, but he doesn't like those terms. He wants to be known as the teacher. And so when we try to chase after these masters, whether it's Jesus or Maitreya or the Buddha or Krishna or Muhammad, you already lost what they were talking about. They're all about us living together as one family. So Maitreya would say that peace is not a pie in the sky ideal. He's saying it actually could be anchored in the world today if we just share the world's resources. So Maitreya is speaking on TV, heart to heart with those who are listening, those who are hearing him or seeing him on TV. But he's speaking in a way to reveal to us what is already within our hearts, the longing for unity, the longing for oneness, the knowing, brotherhood, knowing that we're all one family. That's all within Maitreya, and Jesus and all these masters would say that truth resides in the heart of everyone without exception. So Maitreya is speaking that way in order to not be really considered as Maitreya or the Christ or whatever, so that truth can awaken in the hearts of whoever's hearing him. But eventually Maitreya will be known for who he is. But for right now, that's the most important thing, is for us to come up upon this ourselves. So again, my suggestion would be to not even look for Maitreya videos, but it's up to you. You can do whatever you want to do. So I hope that answers it. Now, the other question was, somebody, and unfortunately I didn't jot down their name, so I do apologize. And it says, "Hi, do you do transmission meditation?" Yes, I do, and I've done it for years. If so, may I join you remotely? Obviously, I'm in California. I would say, well, right now we probably all should be doing it remotely because of the whole social distancing thing. But and yes, you could if you want. But I'm sure there might be groups because there's several groups in California, and it would be better to go and join a group in California and actually go to them. And said, would you ever consider doing a video on TM? Yes, I will make it a point to do a video about transmission meditation in the next few days, and I will let this person know and everybody know when I put it up. Right now I'm kind of running over on time, so I don't want to go and do another, extend this video out even farther by doing a talk on transmission meditation. So I hope I've answered this question. And again, I hope you stay well until the next time we talk, and take care of yourself, and have a great day, okay? Remember to take action and help SOP save our planet. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to talking to you again in future videos.